guys. Currently outside, about 13 degrees out. In fact, doesn't want to start a course. Yeah, it's smoky. Woo! She's alive. Here is the new project. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, behind me, I got something super special. I got this 2008 C63 AMG. Obviously, it has some front end damage. Currently not starting. When picked this up last night. Originally, I was gonna use this car for the new parts company, but after a little bit of thinking on it, I think I like to try and do what I've done with all of my other cars. I think we're gonna try and rebuild it, see how it turns out. But yeah, guys, this has been absolutely one of my dream cars for a very long time now, and I'm super stoked to have this car in my hands and maybe make some good content for the channel with it. Hopefully it doesn't crush my dreams. I guess we'll just have to see whether or not, you know, this ends up being a win or it breaks my heart. First thing we're gonna have to see is, if you guys can see there on the top of the key is broken, and I think that is a reason why it's not starting. If I try and unlock it, it unlocked. But last time, put the key in there, and I'll try here in a second, it just wouldn't turn. So when I originally bought the car, I actually put the key fob in, and it seemed like it had power and it was in auxiliary mode, and it seemed I could shift it into neutral and everything. It's basically not registering the key at all, guys. But I was scared to turn it on because I was worried that the buyer might back out on me if he knew that it would start. So let's see. See, so cranking it over and there's just nothing. It's we can't shift into gear or anything. It looked like it was about to let me start for a second, but now the key's just stuck in here. I don't even remember how I got it out. Last night, same thing happened. I just left it in here for a minute and then came back down and eventually got it out. We're just gonna worry about getting this car over to a safe place for right now. We're gonna get this over to the storage unit. Obviously it's snowing here. Unfortunately, Colorado weather. Yeah, we'll take a better look at the car, but let's hop in the truck and get going. 11 degrees out. It's cold as fuck out. All right, guys, I just got off the phone with a shop. I had a couple people message me here locally that were familiar with the car. I had got some information on a shop that had it, that I guess was doing some suspension work on it. I guess that's the reason why the guy's telling me he crashes, because his steering wheel locked up on him. So that's a good sign. They said that it was running when it was there, but the engine wasn't in great condition. A pretty cool car, but I don't think I'm gonna make a video on this one. It's just something that I bought from parts. Can't save them all. Broken timing chain. Anyhow, I'm gonna let this car warm up a little bit so I can move it out of the way, since I'm gonna have to roll the C63 in here. Check this thing out, man. What a sick looking car. Honestly, it's kind of hard to tell from a regular C-Class. Besides, this front fender is pretty wide, but the rear one, too bad. I wish it was a little bit more wider. Kind of looks a little narrow, honestly, compared to like the M3s, but maybe that's just me. But the front one is just fucking massive. Huge front fender. And yeah, so it looks like to get the body up to shape, we shouldn't have to do much. Obviously, front bumper and unfortunately the hood, just right here, that got damaged. Probably just have to buy a whole hood. We'll see. I know that hood's not gonna be cheap, and the bumper definitely is not gonna be cheap either. Bumper does look sick though. The vents on the side. Maybe I'll pop an image of how that non-fucked up bumper looks, but yeah, so honestly though, not too bad looking. This part, oh man, I guess that tire's fucking exploded, but that wheel looks all right. This wheel looks fine. This wheel, pretty bad curb rash on there, but looks fine. All the wheels look good. Oof, spoke too soon. That one's definitely got a bend in it. The rest of the body doesn't look too bad though. I believe this car's got 160,000 miles. That was fucked. Let's see how the Subaru doesn't start up. Watch. I bet she'll start right up. Blown head gasket. Subaru looks like she's fucking losing a bit of oil. Ow. Like we're gonna have to push it. Might be a small problem. I guess I'm just gonna have to slowly drive the trailer out. I don't know how it really got stuck like that. Can't tell if I fucked anything up doing that. Alright guys, well, I am in here trying to mess around with the key. I almost got the car to start. I turned on the radio. At this point, so you heard it barely crank. Maybe the battery's dead. I know it's been sitting for a while. Not enough to actually start it, hopefully. I'm really just trying to get the key out of the ignition. Stuck. Oh, there we go. I'm not gonna mess with it for a minute. We have it in park. As you guys can see, we have lights on. Obviously, you know, there's usually a button that goes right here to push start, but that's missing. And obviously it's a problem with the key not being detected. So the front part up there is broken. Maybe that has something to do with it. But I forgot one thing that I was gonna check. I was gonna try and put a new battery in here, and like you see in the video, it did crank maybe just one time, but it sounded like the actual car itself didn't have enough power. Let's take a look around what we got here. Hopefully we can get this thing going. Before I end the video, let's just do a final walk around the car and actually get a check out a little bit more, everything that's going on. Obviously, as you can see, the front end damage is going to be the biggest repair for the body work. We're hoping for the best on the engine. I have had 2 people now message me, tell me this engine's no good. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. We'll see what's going on with the motor. Definitely a little bit concerning, but as goes for the rest of the body, not looking bad at all. There's just some normal wear and tear, some paint chips and whatnot, but the rear looks great. The side profile, everything else, it looks good. It's like maybe a little bit of panel gap right there. I don't know, maybe that's because of the accident. I know sometimes panels can kind of shift, but everything's looking pretty good. I don't know what happened there, but there's a little bit of damage in the actual body right there. I think that's probably the worst thing I see, minus the front end, obviously. Headlights are looking old. Looks like that one's been replaced, definitely, because that one looks a lot older. That one looks newish. Hopefully I didn't mess anything up too bad taking it off the trailer. I think it kind of scraped a little bit, but as for underneath, everything looks somewhat intact. It's not spilling any fluids or anything like that. Funnily enough, yesterday when I was messing around with the car off camera, this door handle, I guess, just broke. I don't know if it was already broken, I don't remember, or if I just broke it. But as you can see now, it's just not working. We got some cracking on the trim here. For the most part, the interior actually looks super clean, guys. And this is obviously the non-facelift model. This is the first generation W204, I believe. That's what the chassis model of this car is. Would be the first generation pre-facelift. So here's our gauges there. I believe this car has 160,000 miles, so pretty high on the miles, honestly, but it is a 2008. We got our paddle shifters here, proper up and down. This looks like some Alcantara kind of material that used to be there. Pretty worn out now, but yeah, like I said, the interior for the most part is looking pretty clean. Headliner looks brand new. Everything else in here looking pretty good. I guess we'll have to see, you know, in the future if everything works or not. Obviously, you know, we're gonna need a door handle. And I love these seats, guys. These seats are just huge, very comfy leather bucket seats. I think for sure I'm probably gonna run the VIN, see if I can get any more paper options on what's going on with it. But back seats looking super clean. This is just some leftover parts that came off in the process of transporting it here. You can see some sort of air duct here. It actually has AMG on the actual plastic cover here. Before I forget, let's check out the motor. Kind of weird. This is actually my first Mercedes, guys. Surprising. If you watch any of my other videos, you know I do a lot of all sorts of different cars, but a lot of BMWs and Audis. I've had, you know, quite a few different projects here and there, and surprisingly, I've never owned a Mercedes. I don't know. I guess I just never been a huge fan. I do like this chassis. I love this chassis, and you know, like I said, this has been an absolute dream car of mine for a long time. Let's see if we get this hood open. Can't find the latch. Everything's all fucked up under here. Alrighty, guys. Well, here's what makes this car so special. It's handmade, as you can't really see on there. This motor right here, every AMG motor that's built actually has the builder's signature on there. So that's a cool fact about AMG motors. This motor, you know, this was, I'm pretty sure, last generation naturally aspirated V8. Interesting time, as the old guys like to say, for automakers. You know, the M3 was out. They had the 4.2 V8, only generation that ever did that. And this car just kind of has a special place in my heart. I remember being a little kid and just loving this generation, guys. Like, I had my E92 M3 at the time, and this was just, you know, I worked at a dealership and I had driven one of these cars for a while to go run errands and whatnot, and I really just fell in love with this platform and the car in general. And I always thought it was super unique, and yeah, I'm just super stoked to have it in here. Looks like there's some green coolant in there. I don't know what Mercedes uses, but I don't think it's green. So yeah, in the next video we'll see if we can get started, see what's going on with the motor and everything else. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching the video. You know, if you guys like these videos, if you want to see more videos like this, I've been trying to put more effort into my YouTube videos. So if it's something you're interested in seeing, you know, please subscribe to the channel. Leave me some comments. Let me know, you know, what you guys think, honest opinions, and what have you. Hopefully we will be back with this Mercedes, and hopefully we can save this one.